Get this going. Hmm. What is it, do you think, that man hopes to see in the stars? What fascinates him so? The innumerable bodies that dance in the heavens are surely too remote to be of any consequence to his day-to-day life. Yet, perhaps that's the reason man's gaze is drawn inevitably upward. He sees in the stars endless, unknowable possibilities, and for a moment, his mind is unshackled from drudgery, free to drift toward the cosmos and dream. Would you shut up and get back to work? Two men glare at each other over the tips of the wheat stalks between them. In this field, a short distance outside the commune of Assisi in Italy's Umbria region, it's pitch black out, but workers still toil under the light of the stars. The hot inland summers make the cool nights a time of day that simply can't be wasted on sleep. The poet begrudgingly picks up his hoe again, and for a time the night is silent save for the chirping of crickets and the repetitive sound of workers' tools hacking away at the earth. I'm just saying, there's gotta be more than this. And I'm saying, if we don't finish another acre tonight, we don't get paid. We don't eat. So, unless you plan to eat those stars, maybe don't worry so much about them. The man scoffs. It's those Greeks again, isn't it? Every time you pick up some new tidbit from Aristotle or whoever, the rest of us can't get a moment's peace for 2 weeks. It's Aristotle, and he's not just some Greek. He's a classic, a thinker, unlike some people I could name. I wouldn't call you a thinker either. More of a talker. The poet bitterly rakes away at the dirt. Well, at least I've got ambitions beyond growing the bushiest sheaf of wheat. Oi, shut up. Oh, yes, touched a nerve, have I? Well, no, I mean, shut up. Something's wrong. The man holds a hand out. The chorus of tools striking the earth slowly dies down, leaving only silence. Complete silence. Why have the insects gone? A sudden flash of green light draws every man's gaze upwards, just in time to see a massive object streak down towards them and bore into the ground, flinging several workers away and sending the rest scampering for cover. When the dust settles, a massive crater has replaced the section of field that the men were working only hours ago. What, what was that thing? God damn. Whatever it is, it's wrecked my night's work and more! Anger overcoming fear, one man rushes onto the devastated ground and towards a metallic structure embedded at its center. It almost resembles an inverted tree, a sloped obelisk wider at its top and honed to a fine point at its bottom, held upright by a lattice of twisting, segmented branches. Shaking his hoe angrily in the air, the man descends upon this bizarre sculpture that has obliterated his livelihood. What the hell is this thing, huh? He prods the object with the end of the hoe, producing a low thump akin more to striking stone than metal. From far back and hidden within the cover of the wheat field, a more circumspect voice emerges. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Let's just report back. Surely they can't dock our pay for this. Oh, they'll find a way. The man grimaces. Stupid thing! He punctuates each word with a sharp strike of his blade against the strange metal. The bitter adrenaline masks the rising taste of ozone in the air around him. You've messed with the wrong. The momentary flash of green light has already faded by the time the man's calcined skeleton collapses to the ground, still clutching a length of charcoal and molten iron that was once its tool. And that concludes my report on the incident, sir. At the nearby garrison in Spoleto, Dawn is just beginning to edge over the horizon, but every soldier has been awake and on high alert for hours now, having received his subordinate's account of the mysterious object and the death it brings. The general is stone-faced and says nothing for a long time. Unable to bear the tension in silence, the soldier speaks up again. What do you make of it, sir? What do I make of it? The general massages his temples and sinks even deeper into his seat. How should I know? My best augurs are baffled. For now, see to it that no peasants or curious travelers wander too close. But there's only one man who can decide how to receive this omen from the heavens. He rolls up the parchment in front of him and hands it to the soldier. On my authority, get this down the Flaminian way, like the fate of the Empire is riding on your shoulders. Because it very well may be. The soldier rushes to the entrance of the tent, stopping and turning only to throw up a salute. Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar. Some 1900 years later, oh god, I deleted the wrong image and now everything's ruined.
Yeah!
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 Yeah! Yeah!
Why?
Yeah!
Oh wait! I can save this. I can save this. I have it as a yeah. I have it as an overlay.
Yeah! Yeah! 1921! The Great War has ended, yet the world is still divided between freedom and oppression, between prosperity and deprivation, between the old colonialism and visions of a new world order. Humanity is electrified by the unshakable feeling that they are hurtling toward the future in this bold new century. But what will that future look like? In much of Europe, the war to end all wars seems to have settled nothing. Power-hungry schemers and would-be despots are determined to claim that future for their own. None oppose these villains with more vigor and daring-do than the men and women of the Century Club, a globe-spanning organization dedicated to philanthropy, peacemaking, and the promotion of the arts and sciences. The club counts influential men and women from all over the world among its members, many publicly and some secretly. The veil of mystery over many of its operations places the club at the center of many wild theories. Perhaps none so wild as the rumor that the true power in the club is a circle of high-ranking members known as the Centurions, whose existence is kept a closely guarded secret, even from other members of the club. It's said that these Centurions were born on the first day of the new century, exceptional individuals fated with the potential to shape the coming century for good or ill. Of course, such rumors are as fanciful as they are inevitable. It's certain, though, that the Century Club is home to some of the finest minds humanity has produced, titans of scientific advancement, and one such luminary has recently been invited to the Principality of Monaco, jewel of the Mediterranean. There, in the luxury of the Prince's Palace, a reception has been convened to honor inventors and to let their benefactors, including some of Europe's most dignified and deep-pocketed, give themselves a self-satisfied pat on the back. Ursula Blitchnell.
Hello.
You're not necessarily much for this sort of party, but hard to turn down an invitation to mingle with some of the finest scientific minds in Europe, as well as people who give them money. And so, here you are, perhaps somewhat awkwardly, enjoying this lovely reception just past sunset at the Prince's Palace, home of the ruler of this tiny nation on the Mediterranean. And goodness, what a crowd is assembled in these esteemed halls. What's Ursula like at a party?
Well, she is trembling a little bit, trying to figure out where she should sit. Are there like name cards on the tables, or?
It seems to be more informal than that. There's only a few tables reserved for what must surely be probably literal royalty and, the guests of highest esteem. But outside of that, very few people are actually sitting. There's a lot of mingling going on. In spite of, some of your colleagues are no doubt much more interested in the science, but a good number of them are entrepreneurs and small business owners in their own right of sorts, and are aggressively rubbing shoulders with the hoity-toits.
So at first she starts to look for a seat. So she bumbles a little bit over here and sees some empty seats on the opposite side of them, like, oh, maybe not like right next to them, and then knocks over a glass, catches it before it hits the ground, puts it back on the table, and is like, I'm embarrassed now, I'm gonna go over here. And she goes and sits down across from these two.
Yeah. They're engaged in some kind of light conversation involving a lot of demure, like, hand waving going on. So it's not necessarily your speed, but mercifully, they at least don't immediately start interrogating you when you sit down.
She, out of habit, almost mimics their hand movements.
Just
And
sitting
then
there talking to no one, hand occasionally moving up and down.
and when she catches their glares, looks back down at the table.
Say, isn't that... No, it couldn't be. Is that Ursula Blitznell?
Huh? Hello.
A man, middle-aged, probably late 30s, early 40s, with a very well-manicured mustache and a suit, sits down next to you and extends his hand. All right, I'm sorry, I just realized, I don't know if you'll remember me. Ron Flecker, nice to see you again. This is Agent Ron Flecker. He is someone you met during that calamitous incident with the boxing ring last year, when he was a U.S. Marshal who was investigating on behalf of some elements in the Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, Ron Specker, how could I forget? And she puts her hand out, not noticing that she has said his last name wrong.
Oh, yeah, Ron's fine. Yeah, it's great to see you again. You were absolutely invaluable. Getting some of those bad apples out of the Bureau. Well, obviously it concerns me as a member of our sister agency, but also I'm a New York boy at heart, and I'm glad you were able to help protect our city. Multiple occasions too. Haven't forgotten about the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yes, it was absolutely nothing. Don't worry about it. She starts shaking.
Have you had a drink? You got a chance to introduce yourself around here?
Not quite. I just sat down. I don't believe I've been out recently. Had a lot of inventions I was getting to.
Sounds fascinating.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was that?
It sounds fascinating.
Oh, yes, very fascinating.
Perhaps coincidentally, or perhaps not, as he assures you that it sounds fascinating, you can't help but notice his attention is wandering around the room quite a bit. You haven't happened to oh, he looks past you over to this table. Right. Well, I'm actually right. I'm no scientist, of course, and afraid I've barely got a penny to my name compared to most of the people here, but I'm actually here as a private security tonight.
Oh. Is there any safety concern?
I wouldn't say so, but you know, some of the people attending are real big deals, real hep cats, and so a few of them have brought their own people to just look after them. You know, it's considering recent historical events with the Archduke and whatnot. It's clear that a single misplaced bullet can have terrible ramifications. And so no, I'm here tonight. I was hired by it's not a good sign that I can't remember his name offhand, but it's sort of he's a jolly guy, he's a marine biologist and mechanologist. He said. Anyway, he was invited, and no, had some bad shellfish earlier today, so I'm actually here by myself tonight. Ha! Funny how things work out.
Indeed, indeed. Well, have you had anything to drink yourself?
Oh, well, I suppose I gotta stay sharp, but, maybe just a little bit of champagne. Well, then, he flags down a valet who's walking by with a tray of drinks. Yeah, there we go. Would you like one?
I'll take some sparkling water.
Of course, miss. Pours you a drink as well. I wish I could be a little more relaxed. Those old instincts, they never go away. Never go away. He continues looking around the room. I think, was doing my best to reassure myself as much as you. I'm sure it'll be fine, but you know, that's,
Sure, it'll be fine.
I'll be fine, yeah.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, no. No one's gonna start any trouble with Ron Flecker here. You know, they had a saying back at the bureau. He kind of like adjusts his tie with a little bit of pride. You know, ask anyone, they'll tell you. Don't fuss with Flecker.
That's a good one. No. She twiddles her fingers a little bit.
You can see around the room, Ursula. There's I'm just going to point out for you. There's a couple of people. Who stand out. Ron Flecker seems to be reserving the bulk of his attention for this table over here, where there's a sort of dour-looking, fairly short man with a slightly heinous mustache and beard going on and thinning hair. At your table is who, from her dress, appears to be Icelandic nobility or royalty. She's got some kind of family crest. And as well, there's one person who stands out most of all. In the corner, you can see a young man younger than you, probably 17, 18, clean-shaven, the spitting image of boyhood on the cusp of manhood, and dressed in a military uniform, standing supremely awkwardly far off at the edge of the party, and looking just about as out of place as anyone possibly could. Looks like Christian age 60 years. Thank you, Aloha. You had any new inventions recently, Ursula? Or can I call you Ursula? I'm sorry, I should have asked.
Yeah, you can call me Ursula, Ursa, whatever you feel is appropriate. So inventions. Yeah, recently I've been working on something to stop, actually, bullets before they even fire. You know, the big problem is when guns, face other people, and you don't want to fight them with guns or even swords or anything. Swords are pretty cool, though. But, you don't want to fight them, but you don't want to die, so you have to stop the guns, right?
I quite agree. It stops the guns before they fire. Well, it certainly sounds revolutionary. What's it? How does it do that?
I'm still working on the firing and the range that it can do so, but it does require a bit of a precise shot to goop up the trigger. It's a work in progress.
From what I know of your work, I was expecting perhaps some kind of like electromagnetic field or some such doohickey, but goop. Wow, I would love to see that in action. A man across the table on the repeated insistent use of guns, swords, goop, kind of like frowns a little, gets up and goes off to mingle elsewhere, and the noble sitting quietly eating her venison across the table. Oh, don't pay him any mind, dear. Weak constitution.
Oh, was that not dinner appropriate conversation? I am sorry.
People go out of their way to make many subjects inappropriate simply because it gives them a sense of superiority over those who aren't willing.
It's a very unique perspective, and I will take that to heart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Meanwhile, outside the reception, deep at night, at the base of the walls of the prince's palace, another person is on their way to this lavish party. Lurking in the bushes, finding walls to scale. This is you in your element, Gilligan Scales.
Gilligan Scales. The rain dripping off of his bull head. He's looking for a way in the party. He, a secret agent, a spy, going through the bushes, looking for any sort of cracks in the wall, any guards he can knock out and take the disguise of to enter this fine establishment. For a goal. I don't know what that goal is, but it's something probably important.
It's very important. Sure enough, there are two guards on a ledge above you that are sort of patrolling the midway up the wall. However, you can tell, these guys, they wear the fancy uniforms, they carry the ornamental swords. These are lawn jockeys. These aren't fighting men.
Yes. So, depends on my option. Should I knock them out, or should I sneak past? So he thinks about it, and he goes, well, there's one disguise that never fails me. And Gilligan pulls out a piece of paper, sticks it to his face, and goes to approach the guards, pretending like he belongs here.
All right. Yeah, you just scale your way up the wall, hop up onto the next tier, and then just walk along, hands in your pockets, playing it cool. And at one point, the sound of your fine shoes scuffing along the cobbles does draw the attention of one. Hi, who are you supposed to be?
Well, he thinks for a second. What name should he use? I'm Marksley Booth. He pulls out, he goes into his, coat jacket. He probably has, multiple, rows of, pockets, and pulls out, oh yeah, this is the ID he needs, and pulls out, a police ID for the local area.
You hold it out, and the man dutifully walks up and takes the card from you and kind of squints at it. All right, wait right there for a moment, sir, and walks. You're kind of a little bit in darkness right now, so he has to walk a short distance under a lantern to even read the card that you've given him.
Good. If there was any more light, he might see through my disguise. So, well, seeing as it's
you go ahead and make a deceit roll.
A deceit roll? Good. Deceit roll, no modifiers, I don't think, so 3. Good.
Alright.
Only a 3.
Roll.
I have a +5 to this. This is my superb skill.
Yeah, it looks like you rolled 1 plus and 3 minuses on your dice there.
What the fuck?
3 is still really, really good, though.
Yeah.
You can tell the man is so befuddled by you just appearing here and handing him that card as if it was the most natural thing in the world. You've easily got time to just literally like
walk
dart
away.
in a door while he's looking at the card.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. He's just going to be like, "Ah, man, I guess I lost that card. It's fine." He just moves forward, just not like he has lungs.
Yeah, not like he needs that.
Not like he needs that.
Gilligan, you slip through a side door, slamming this ancient, what must date back to the Middle Ages oaken door, quietly. It creaks shut, but by the time the guard turns around, oh, hang on, is there a Moxley on the what, and you're gone.
Ah.
You infiltrate, and as you do, you remember the mission. Just as it was explained, as if it was just explained to you this morning, which it was.
Whoa.
Earlier, in the hotel room of one Agent Ron Flecker. Alright, so, I really appreciate you making the trip out here, Gilligan. It's, it's a big one. It's a big one, and, well, the Bureau can't actually act here. Technically, the only reason I can be here is because I'm on leave from the U.S. Marshals right now. I'm unaffiliated. Just taking some time with the wife and kid at home. But they keep pulling me back in, and, well, consarn it, Gilligan, you're the only one I can count on for an operation like this.
The only one you can count on, huh?
That's right. Allow me to brief you. Here is a photograph of your target, and
whips around.
Yeah.
This new tech. Takes the photo.
Yeah. This man, Konstantin Komarov. Now, he's a rogue scientist and a Russian expatriate, a specialist in the fields of energy and wave manipulation. Quite an elusive character. He's actually believed to have laboratories all throughout Central Europe, but rarely surfaces outside of Switzerland, where the government's ironclad policy on neutrality shields him from extradition to the many, many countries in which he's a wanted criminal, ours included.
But I go through that system.
That's right. Mostly the BOI just does their best to keep tabs on him, but they reached out to me with a top secret assignment, and now I'm reaching out to you. They've got an anonymous informant. They only know him as Orchard, and he says Komarov is developing a technology that could doom all of humanity. His words, not my hyperbole.
My God.
Orchard's last communique also tipped off the Bureau that Komarov is planning to attend a reception tonight honoring scientists, hosted right here in Monaco. There'll be a lot of wealthy, high-status people there, to whom we think he might be arranging the sale of this apocalyptic invention. Or he might have some other nefarious objective in showing his face now. We don't know. And so, that's what we need you to find out. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, to capture Komarov, and ideally, to get him to reveal what he's up to. Now, taking him is the top priority, but if at all possible, we'd want you to give him a chance to flush out any co-conspirators or bankrollers who might be meeting with him clandestinely at the reception.
Flush, you say?
That's right. Just as one would flush a bowl.
Well, Flecker, I'll do this one favor for you, but no more.
I appreciate it. We all know the sacrifices you made to bring down Robo-Lenin, and, well, you're the only man I can turn to for something of this magnitude.
Yeah. He looks off into the distance, remembering Robo-Lenin. He grabs his bowl. That was a close one.
Don't worry. We'll get your body back someday.
Yeah. Someday soon.
Let's hope, God willing. And so, Gilligan, it's time for you to put your plan into action. You stalk through the halls of this lavish palace, the opulent seat of the Prince of Monaco, and you find yourself stepping inside and it feels like stepping back in time. The hallways are spacious and modern furnishings, and yet medieval suits of armor and antiques line every wall, screaming that this is a place not merely of contemporary wealth, but of great and storied history. Of course, what does that mean to you, a man who lives every day like it could be his last?
Yes, fish have short lifespans.
Short lifespans.
As he creeps and stalks through the hallway, he looks upon his surroundings, thinking about the mission he's on, thinking about how this hallway is oddly empty.
You do see one guard far at the end. He does appear to be patrolling up and down the hall.
So, what he's going to do is he's going to hide, like, next to one of the knight armors, right? And wait for this man to walk a little bit ahead of him, right? Then he's going to give him his forbidden technique.
Oh my god.
Oh
He's
my
bringing
god.
it out already. Okay. The guard whistles a little tune and kind of is like swinging his sword around, like spinning it on a finger by the hilt like a kid would, walking down the way, and sure enough, you set down this heavy bag of equipment that you've bought, setting it out of sight in a little alcove, and crouch down next to the armor. And before long, the guard does indeed pass directly by. He's just within reach.
He jumps out real quick and gives him a judo chop to the neck. Fist roll.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh. He's out cold. His sword clatters across the ground. Another job done, easily.
He drags them to the spot he was hiding and continues forward.
Yeah. You make sure the body is tucked out of sight, swapping its place with your bag of equipment. And as you do, you pull the bag and make to sling it over your back again, and realize it's conspicuously lighter than it was a moment ago.
Oh god,
Around.
the guard ducks. He looks around to see who could have touched my bag.
Who could it be? You look. Make an alertness roll.
Alertness. Oh god, that's a stat. There's dogs going. Alertness. I don't see alertness on the thing. On the sheet.
Someone took my alertness skill.
Someone took the alertness away.
Yeah, that's weird. It's just straight up not on your thing.
It's just not here.
Character sheet, autogen, messed us up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, go ahead and, if you didn't put any ranks in it, just go ahead and do /roll 4df.
/roll 4df.
Yeah, I don't think alertness is on the character sheet for some reason. Specifically alertness.
All right, we'll fix that next time. I can't stop doing this.
Yeah, it's kind of addictive.
You look around, you see, knocked out guard. You briefly, for a moment, you do get your sixth sense. It feels like someone's watching, someone close, and then almost immediately that sense, it leaves you. Like whoever it was, they've gone back to hiding. But no one could have taken your bag in that amount of time. The only way something could have left your bag is if
what was inside left
no.
out.
You look around. There's a small vent up against the wall, too small for you to crawl through, and yet unscrewed, someone has entered.
My god, an imposter.
My god. Meanwhile, there's a thump thump rattle, and something or someone is indeed passing through the vents. And they stop. They smell. It smells really good in there. Crawl, 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 crawl. Squeaky, squeaky. The plate exits the vent and into this room, this busy kitchen filled with cooks, staff hurrying plates of food and drinks in and out. Crawls someone. A little girl with a plushie and a hat. Adorable, yet with the stare of an abyss.
Esther rolls into the kitchen and looks around.
The ghost that you're hunting, you're confident it must be here. This ancient castle, there's no way this place isn't haunted. And if you don't find that ghost, surely it's going to mean the end of your beloved father.
That's right. She puts a determined little look on her face and holds out her plushie and whispers,
We have to be on high alert, Nabokov. It could be anywhere.
Nabokov gives you that knowing look.
She nods knowingly. They understand one another.
There's no need for words.
No need for words. She's gonna shuffle around the counter and peer around. What does she see?
Well, Esther, you see throngs of people, adults, busying themselves. They're not even close to taking notice of you. It looks like everyone is just busy, busy, busy. Everything's coming in and out. It looks like pure chaos. But here, no, you're in your element. You can see through all of that to only the things that truly shouldn't be as they are. And your eyes fall upon something very suspect indeed. While no one is looking, while everyone is attending to other things, you can see on the counter here, there's a big bubbling pot of stew, almost ready to be served.
Oh.
And on a nearby shelf, right near the pantry, it almost looks as if some can is moving on its own.
What? Haunted.
Haunted.
She stares at it intently.
Yeah, sure enough, it slowly rises off the shelf and begins to trace a slightly wobbly path through the air. The can just kind of barely being held upright the whole time as it goes. And it's making its way, and you can tell from its path, it seems like its destination is the counter where food is being prepared. And as it gets even closer, you can see the label. Rat poison.
I want to do some kind of roll.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do?
I want to fling that can. It's gotta go into the trash.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make a mysteries roll.
Okay, how do I do that?
So, from your character sheet, if you click the mysteries skill, it should just roll automatically.
Ooh, do it.
All right. Yeah, it nears that pot of stew, and you make a small jerking motion with your hand, and like being swatted out of the air, there's suddenly a and you see the little canister spin around in the air, whack into a wall, and tumble to the ground. Amidst all the clattering of pots and pans, none of the busy adults in the room notice this happen, but it rolls perfectly over to you, Esther. Indeed, this was a small little canister of rat poison, and secured to its underside a strange beeping contraption with little fins attached to it. Surely, if it hadn't been the work of a ghost, you might say that this device was responsible for propelling it. But it was, so this is probably of no consequence.
Nonsense. That was definitely a ghost. A little haunted device. She picks it up in her little itty-bitty fingers and throws it onto the floor and steps on it.
There's a and a small blinking light on it gutters out, and this sound is actually noticed. The sole guard in here walks around to this area and peers around. Are you attempting to conceal yourself, or are you simply there?
I am simply there, I think.
All right. The man looks around the corner. Hey, who is this? What? Various people in the kitchen respond, but no one stops working or really looks over to him. Little girl, who might you be, and what might you be doing here?
I'm Esther. I'm looking for ghosts.
Okay. Esther, nice to meet you. How did you get in here, Esther?
I came with my papa.
Oh, is your papa someone at the party?
Mm-hmm.
He, wait there for just a moment, would you? He confers with this man here.
While he's conferring, she's gonna walk out.
Yeah. You just walk off. And before long, cut back here. Let's see. Back at the reception. Ursula, a valet at one point comes by to refill Flecker's champagne and your bubbly water, and as he does so, you feel a sudden grab on your ankle, like a bedsheet monster.
She lets out a.
The lights flicker. Are you all right?
Yes. Just one moment. I trapped a fork. Drops down to the ground.
Yeah. The valet, who's currently serving another table, has been pushing around this cart of drinks, and you unfurl the cloth from one side of it.
Hi, Esther. What are you doing here?
Hello.
I mean, it's lovely to see you, but
I'm looking for ghosts.
ghosts.
He stutters for a moment, but then resumes playing it cool. Hello? Are you, is this your daughter, niece, sister? Someone?
Oh, we're acquaintances from liberating times. Hey, what ghosts do you think are around here? Or do you need help?
Small ones.
Oh,
They hunt little bugs. I just squashed one.
Oh, there's bugs. Okay.
She nods knowingly.
She looks around. Is Ron also on his knees on the ground?
Yeah, I think Ron is still sitting in his chair, but he's weirdly hunched over. It looks to anyone else in the room, it probably looks like he's just taking forever tying his shoe or something.
Ursula pats the ground a bit more. Wow, this fork is really hard to find. Okay.
Do you need a hand, dear?
No, it'll be all right.
Esther pops up from the table and takes a seat.
Oh,
Goodness. Who might you be?
Hello, I'm Esther.
I'm the Marchioness Rout. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is there any food on the table?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Esther begins eating.
Ah,
That reminds me, I suppose I didn't formally introduce myself to you either. I'm so terribly sorry. Marchioness Anna Hakon's daughter Glucksburg of Rout. Anna to my friends.
oh,
Give you
oh,
her.
Well, hello again, Anna. I'm sorry, I just completely blanked. I forgot to ask for your name. How rude of me. I don't believe I formally introduced myself. I'm Ursula Blitzschnell.
Ron Flecker. No one asked him. Oh, yes. I think I've heard of you, Miss Blitzschnell. You're from New York, aren't you?
Yes.
One of the few Americans to join us at this European shindig. Well, it's lovely to have you. And you, Esther, are you a scientist?
No, I'm a ghost hunter.
Oh, goodness. How many have you found so far tonight?
Just one. But there are definitely more.
Oh, well, I'll need to
It's-
take...
She's quite the little worker bee for her age, huh?
I'll need to take great
Please let me know
precautions.
if you see anything odd.
Anything odd? She looks over her shoulder. Well, now that you mention it... If there are ghosts about, I suppose I need to take every precaution to defend myself. Please excuse me for the moment. She gets up and walks off to another part of the party.
Cleared
Um,
away a table again, huh?
Esther, I wasn't aware that, your dad would be bringing you tonight.
I don't think he was either.
Oh, okay. Maybe would it be better if Uncle Ron took you to look for ghosts back at my hotel?
Is your hotel haunted?
I
She
hope
tilts
not.
her head.
Around this time, Gilligan, you finally manage to find your opportunity to slip into the party, like with no one realizing that you didn't come in the same way as everyone else, and you coolly make your way into the room. Or
Yes.
you'd probably be cooler if you hadn't apparently lost your daughter somewhere here.
It's fine. He looks around, he goes, huh, huh, and then he sees Esther at the table and is like, yes, she's distracting the people. Good job. and then he looks around even more and spots the target.
The target. Yes.
He sees his
Oh.
daughter is in good hands with Ron and also Ursula, and is going to skulk around and eventually make his way over to the table.
All right. Ursula and Esther, you do notice a new figure at the party, doing a good job of blending in, but of course you've met this man or fish many times before. You'd recognize him anywhere. But what's he doing here? He's not a scientist.
Says you.
Says your character sheet, bucko.
Well, he says you. I got a bachelor's in, I don't know, bartending. Wait, that's a fucking not a...
Esther is watching him intently, her mouth full of steak, but she stays in her chair swinging her legs.
Mhm. He's going to look over at the table, give a thumbs up.
She gives a little bitty thumbs up back.
And he's just like, oh man, so proud. She snuck past me. Maybe it's because alertness isn't on my character sheet.
It's on mine.
What? And he's going to go over to the table. What was his goal again? This guy has a meeting with some other, like...
It's the theory is that he's meeting someone here to basically arrange selling some kind of super dangerous technology to them. But no one's exactly sure why he's chosen to surface here when he usually keeps low to the ground. You can see at the moment he's talking to, or being talked at while saying very little by some random socialites. You also notice this woman is she's engaged with other people, but you notice as much as she is having conversations around the room, always part of her attention is directed towards Komarov.
Ah, yes. Okay. So, what he's going to do is probably, just arrange himself at like, a table, like, probably similar to what she's doing, but, like, also listening into Komarov, but also paying attention to what she's kind of, like, you know, doing. But I guess alertness isn't on my sheet, so that's a bad idea, but who cares? I'm always alert, I say.
Yeah, I think for this one, for what you're doing here, why don't you go ahead and roll me rapport? Because you're basically trying to strategically mingle to keep an eye on how they're interacting with people.
Man, rapport. Oh man, I didn't put skills on that. But that's fine, cause I also have a oh god, I don't think marking anything would help at all, right? Because it will only give me a +2, so that would be a -1 still, right?
Yes. Tagging aspects. So you can do two things when you tag an aspect. You can add a +2 or re-roll all the dice.
Oh, okay. Huh, should I? I mean, fuck it. Because I have a certain aspect called tail him.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
I'll accept. So, re-roll the report roll. Let's go. It'll be even better. You see, Gilligan Scales, once a man of flesh, now a man of scales. There are certain things in his life that he cannot do as well as he did as a human due to his fish brain. So as he's kind of like, ah, yes, I will keep my attention to these two people here, he forgets his goldfish brain. Just gets in casual conversation with people.
Yeah, Gilligan, before you know it, you thought you were keeping an eye on them, but you look back and that woman isn't there anymore. And you're like, oh, where did she go? She sits down next to you. A smile on her face.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Who might you be?
I am... He thinks about what name. I'm... Marksley Booth.
Is that what we're going by now? Come now, Mr. Scales. This deception is most unbecoming.
Fish smirks as he takes off the mask. How'd you see through my disguise?
It's simple. I know you better than you may realize.
Huh?
That's right, Grisha.
Oh.
You haven't used that name since you immigrated.
He looks at... Who exactly are you?
Well. Tonight I'm here as the Marchioness Raut, Duchess Iceland. But, of course, there's no need for such pretense between you and I. And, she kind of like... She tugs at her face a little, and you realize part of she's got like a false nose. She takes it off momentarily, just enough so that you can see, and that one feature, it's like it rearranges the face, but you know, this is no noble.
Oh.
This is the top agent of the Bolshevik regime.
Oh.
This is the notorious Rocket Red. Or what is she doing here undercover herself?
Oh, didn't expect anyone else to be here. So, tell me, why are you here? For nefarious purposes? Or are you finally doing some good with your life?
Ha! Does it have to be one or the other?
Maybe.
It's so dull when you only see the world in shades of black and white, dear.
He gazes
Now-
off with his fish eyes.
Were you really not going to introduce me to your friends? She grabs you by the arm and kind of leads you back to the table with Ursula and Esther sitting at it.
Oh no. He's at the table. He looks at Ursula, he looks at Esther, he looks at Ron, and he has no expression. He's a fish.
Yeah.
Distressed. He's a distressed fish. He's swimming around viciously.
Wow.
Ursula, not aware of the situation at all yet, reaches out a hand. Oh, Gilligan, good to see you again. I met up with your daughter, it seems.
Yes, it's good to see you. He's going to occasionally, like, turn his fish body to look at, like, you know, the guy back there to see if there's any new people at the table and try to continue normal conversation here. He shakes Ursula's hand. Yes, nice to see you again. Of course, you're here as an event inventor. Ron nods. Esther.
Yeah, Ron looks like he has his arms, like, welded to his sides. He's sitting there, like, eyes kind of wide, like, the expression written on his face. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you sitting down next to me?
Probably no one else notices, or I don't know. Esther definitely notices that you're stressed out, so she's like looking at you as if to be like, do you want me to do something? She's like waiting for a signal, it seems like.
No, he's not. He doesn't want his daughter to cause a scene yet.
Okay.
Let me tell you. She kind of, I was gonna say she whispers into her ear, something she patently cannot do.
Yeah.
But she whispers into your bowl. I'll tell you this. Just don't forget, I could expose you at any moment, and you'd lose your chance. So, perhaps, this would be a good time for you to make an excuse to leave, and leave Komarov in my capable hands.
Capable hands? Huh? Really?
That's right.
Your hands that can't decide whether you're good or you're evil. You stand in this middle ground doing whatever you want, not caring about those around you.
Oh, you could know such freedom if you ever had the guts to do the same, comrade.
I'd know freedom if I wasn't in a cage this entire life. Looks away. I don't plan on leaving. You can expose me, but I can expose you just as well.
Perhaps so. It seems we may be at a stalemate. As she says that, Komarov gets up from his chair, and you can see he's just walking straight up to you, too.
I assume we both turn to look at him.
Well, it seems I am a popular man tonight.
Yes, and over at Ron, just like, oh god, shit's getting out of hand.
He's fucking sweating bullets. He's even more rigid than before.
Going exactly as planned, haha. Gilligan turns over to Komarov. Yes, you are a very popular individual. Tell me, how are you doing?
Oh, well enough. I think you'll find tonight will finally achieve recognition for certain revolutionary achievements.
What is?
I may have,
No, go on.
yeah,
Go on. I remembered.
I may have left behind my mother country, but I will always be her greatest mind. And this time, you will not stop me as easily as you dispatched Robo Lenin. He was merely a prototype, and a flawed one at that.
My god. You can't.
So dramatic, Constantine. Do you really think you can show your face here as bold as brass and expect to walk away? You can take the man out of Russia, but you can never take Russia out of the man. Huh. We shall see. Suddenly, bang, bang, bang! There's a loud knocking and almost like chipping of metal against wood, and everyone stops and wonders, what is that? But that shouldn't be part of the orchestra. Turns to the doors to the banquet hall, and suddenly there's a splintering of wood, and one explodes open, and you can see a halberd poking through. The door wrenches back, and one by one, a procession of those very same ornamental armors you saw comes marching into the room.
Oh.
There's a few screams. People begin to move back. The young man here draws a sword of his own as everyone begins piling away from the doors and closer to the balconies. What do you do?
What do?
Well, clang, clang, clang. It sounds like someone's clapping, but those impacts, they're just the same as the steel impacting steel. Kamarov, you crusty old bastard! You didn't stop by my villa back in New York, so I thought it would be in all of our best interests. It'd be exciting to bring some of the nightlife to you!
The voice has an otherworldly, tinny quality, like it's broadcasting over radio. But the presence, it's right here in this room. And sure enough, as the vanguard of knights marches into the room, another four walk out carrying a palanquin, and within it, no, it couldn't be, back again to torment you, here of all places, it's Dr. Vile!
Go! Secure them, my knights of the pound table! Galabad! Mancelot! Eric! I didn't expect there to be so many of you! He leans down. Seize them! Hold the entire room hostage!
Ursula bolts up and points at him lividly. You!
I'm sorry. Have we met before? Oh, is that Marksley Booth? Points past you.
Rips off the paper.
Oh, it's the fish. Well. I can't say I exactly expected so many delightful guests tonight. Tell me, what brings you all here? To my fresh new villa. Monaco really is wonderful this time of year. I think it'll look better in purple and neon, however.
Not for something as vile as your purposes, Dr. Vile.
Oh, good, I like this. He claps and kicks his feet on his plan again a little bit.
Braun kind of mutters under his breath, wow, really singed him there.
Yeah, Ron, what are you doing, huh?
I'm sorry. This is how I cope with pressure. All right, we're gonna begin our first conflict.
Yes!
I'm gonna collapse these guys down into a single icon. There's the four who advanced into the room and the four who carried Dr. Vile.
Ooh, I came up with a good name for you. You're Fistin. Let's do this.
The civilians are still present in the form of a scene aspect.
Whoa!
There are two of them. Banquet tables and throng of civilians. And lastly, There is one division of zones here. So you've got the main part of the room, the main floor, and we've got the balcony seating.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to place... I'll place the three of you here, and everyone else here. Let's get these guys out of the way. And, yeah. So with a conflict, there's no rolling initiative. The unfortunate thing is that the turn order is based on, you guessed it, alertness.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna roll my alertness stat that I have.
Do you, do you have alertness, Dr. Vile?
No! I
Okay.
don't! It's not on my sheet!
I don't have it either.
That's okay. You don't actually have to roll it. It just straight up uses your modifier.
Oh.
So Esther, you have 3. It sounds like everyone else has 0. I think Ron might have alertness.
The only
Nope.
one alert
Sorry,
is
Ron.
the fucking girl.
Only one
Little
person
girl.
is alert here.
Ghosts.
And I know immediately what I'm gonna do.
All right.
You want me to go now?
Got drive.
Giving you I'm just plugging a couple people in. Yeah, it's just you, the armors act with Dr. Vile, and
Yes.
and Komarov's on here as well. But yes, I think you will be the first up, Amy. So you can go ahead and immediately act.
Okay, well, immediately I want to say when Dr. Vile made his grand entrance, Esther immediately disappeared from the table and is now hiding under a different one. Nobody noticed.
All right. I mean, honestly, I don't think you even really need to take an action for that, because it's kind of like where you would go. If you tag your, you have an aspect related to being out of sight, don't you? Yeah.
I do.
Why don't you share that with us?
I will. Where is it? This one.
Yeah. Children not seen or heard. Yeah. With just with a tag of that, I'm just gonna let you start the actual physical combat in that position. So you are free to do whatever you want from your secret table.
Okay, and that uses a fate point, right?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Am I allowed to hold my action?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. She's gonna watch and wait from under the table, unseen.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, Komarov is, Dr. Vile storms in and explicitly calls him out, and Komarov gives a little grimace. It's loud. Folds his hands over his chest and kind of taps them expectantly. Dr. Vile, you get the distinct sense he is not taking your threat seriously.
Oh.
One thing he will take seriously, however, you roll in and declare your intentions, and in a flash, as soon as people begin scattering, guns start to be drawn, the Marchioness Rout, as she introduced herself, momentarily is out of sight, and then she whips off her wig, grabs at her dress, and rips it off entirely, revealing a flight suit underneath. She pulls a gun and levels it, not at you, Dr. Vile, directly at Komarov. It looks like things have accelerated. You will be coming with me back to the motherland. That is what you think. I think at least Mr. Scales will have something to say about that, will he not? Let's see. That's all the people who don't have zeros. Go ahead, Dr. Vile.
Hey, are they doing like leans down to one of the night robots, like shifting out his chair slightly? Are they paying attention to me? I kick down the door and then they start having their little kerfuffle in the background. Hey, you guys! He's like puts a hand to his cheek and starts yelling. I don't exactly like being ignored. But this is why. He leans back, throws open a chest next to him. We bring the Death Ray. He swings it in one hand, almost like a cowboy might spin a gun. And of course, oh right, he's useless to us, dead. Puts it away. Ah, yes, much better. Pats it a few times. The Life Ray! He's going to point it across the area at, he's going to try to point it at the table that they're sitting at to give the table that they're all like gathered around an animate flurry. It's going to blow up, detonating, drawing their attention in his direction.
Ooh, all right. I think that's probably a maneuver. Go ahead and roll guns, I suppose, for using your Death Ray, Life Ray.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag the Death Ray and the Life Ray.
All right.
And I'm going to hit guns. How do I tag on top of a
So you can select your
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then guns.
It doesn't inherently build it into the roll, but it's good if you can link them when you tag them, so everyone knows that's happening.
And
So
also, fun fact, you can tag the aspect after you roll to see, like, you know, to see the result and then tag it. So yeah.
That's fun. I'm gonna go all in. If I blow it, it'll be funny. So I when it says input value, I add 2 to it, correct?
Yeah, you can. You can
Okay.
add it directly there.
Let's go.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'll take it.
Epic.
Yeah, and so were you shooting at the table that you were shooting at the table that pretty much everyone was gathered at?
Yeah,
before,
exactly.
right?
I want to bring the table to life. As much as that is physically possible, or you want to allow me to do that. If it is just exploding and that is your definition of life, I accept it.
Well,
graciously.
you rolled a 7, so you can get away with a good bit here, I think. Yeah, you fire the Life Ray at the table, and Ursula, you're almost thrown up out of your chair, as is Ron. Everyone is kind of flung aside as the table clomp, and you can see especially through your goggles, Ursula, you can identify somehow this beam that Dr. Vile has used. Circuits and cogs, machinery are just spontaneously generating on its underside, turning it into some clockwork table abomination. It begins bucking and braying, throwing you aside. Ron as well. And the three of you, yeah, you were slightly further away, but the table is menacing everyone now. So I'm gonna add a scene aspect here. We're gonna call this let's see. We're gonna call this menacing table. Let's see. Oh, that sure made that a tiny font.
Menacing table.
Hey there. Menacing table, woohoo!
Menacing table.
All right, I'm just gonna copy this one. Hey, there's 2 throngs of civilians. Wow!
Oh man, so many throngs.
So many throngs. All right. Fuck! Why?
Menacing
baby,
table.
I swear this never happens.
Menacing table.
Menacing table.
Table. There we go. Okay.
Oh god, oh, it's pretty scary now.
All right.
Real quick, can I jump in and use my action now?
Yeah, you can go next. 'Cause
So
this sure looks like a ghost.
this sure looks like a ghost. This man can make ghosts. Oh my god. He came in with a bunch of ghost armor. So, did I understand correctly? And Dr. Vile came in being carried by 4 suits of armor.
Yes.
Okay. In that case.
Atop a palanquin being
Yes.
shouldered by them.
No, you know what? I am gonna tag. I'm gonna tag right away because it's funny.
Yeah.
Kind of
This one.
quirky. Liberty Falls.
Yes.
I'm gonna trip one of the armors.
Ooh, to make the whole thing tumble down.
Yes.
Okay. And is this this sounds like it's gonna be a maneuver. Are you intending this to be an attack that'll like take out some of the armors by it falling on them and crushing them?
I think she just wants to trip one, and whatever collateral happens, that's what happens.
Okay, we'll go ahead and make the roll then. We'll I'll let you use mysteries for this.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Go.
Okay. And then, so that was the raw roll, it looks like. And so with the +2 from the aspect tag, that's a 5.
I should add +2 with an aspect? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And also don't forget to... Okay, yeah, you spent a favor.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. So, Dr. Vile, suddenly one of the armors supporting your palanquin begins to lurch and kind of collapse a little. Do you do anything in response to this?
What? I throw a tantrum! What? I'm turning around! What's happening? It pitches to the side. He refuses to remove himself. Doing so with walking on the same ground as these vile beings? Unforgivable, inconceivable. Wait, why are we tipping?
All right, I'm gonna have the armors are gonna roll athletics to try and defend. They fail completely, and the palanquin slumps, and it knocks out the helmet and the breastplate of one of them. And then when that corner thumps into the floor, Dr. Vile, you go tumbling off, and the sudden redistribution of weight causes it to topple over the other armors as well. All 4 of the armors that were supporting you are knocked apart. Bits of tiny clockwork and machinery and electronics scattering across the floor with so much medieval steel.
Okay, who did that?
Dr. Vile, if you are face planted on the floor, if you turn your head, perhaps, and peer just a bit under the table, you may see 2 menacing eyes. 1 second. And then she's gone!
Yeah. What? That was one scary cat or whatever.
All right, Ursula.
So, seeing how the table worked and seeing the other armor just fall apart, she can assess that the armor is run by machinery and not a person or some mystical means. So she wants to use one of her gadgets that she has, which is kind of like a taser patch. And she wants to toss it at this one over here.
All right. Go ahead and, let's see. You're using a machine for this. Go ahead and roll engineering.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Yep, this will be, they'll try to dodge. I have to dodge. Okay, yeah. You throw the device, and, it lands on one, which immediately begins sparking and smoking, and another one standing nearby is close enough that the electricity begins jumping the gap like lightning, and the 2 of them magnetize and boom, wang together and collapse in a pile. You've knocked out 2 of them.
She rolls up next to Ron and whispers, "Sorry, that was my actual recent gadget. You never know who's listening, you know?"
It's Jake. It's great. It's Spurs. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Cool.
Love Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gilligan.
Meanwhile, at the other end of the room, the lady points the gun at Gormarov, and he goes, "Oh, this is getting serious." Gilligan is gonna pull out 2 guns. Stand right here. Looks like we have a Russian standoff, huh?
She's pointing one gun at you, one gun at Komarov. You're pointing a gun at each of them. Komarov's just standing.
And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to use intimidation to make sure none of us move anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an intimidation roll.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Fair.
Fair.
Okay. I'm gonna treat that It's not on the cheat sheet, but there is a thing you can do called blocking, which is basically you're saying, I'm gonna do something to explicitly try and prevent something else from happening. So you've got a 2 strength block on either of them moving from these spots. So if they want to move, they can only do it with a roll that exceeds 2.
Oh, that's interesting. That's neat. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep them here. Just for a little bit longer. I don't want them to run away amidst the chaos. So maybe eventually I'll be able to get help once they're done dealing with the glubbing up of Dr. Vile over there. Yeah.
Get glubbed, idiot.
Get glubbed, idiot. Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Okay. Right. So you delayed until after Dr. Vile. Let me move you down there. Oh, wow. The turn order decided to just completely rearrange itself. Great. I love it.
That's exciting.
I'm enjoying this. Okay, yeah. You went at the beginning originally. Christ. And then you delayed till after Dr. Vile, so you're there, and then Ursula, and then Aloha. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, Ron hits the deck when everything starts going to chaos. And he is gonna army crawl across the ground, looking for Esther, because he didn't see where she went, but she's clearly gone, and he is most concerned for child safety here.
Oh, what a darling.
Do you want him to find you or not?
Absolutely not.
Okay, yeah. He hits the deck. He looks around. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, what is he gonna do here? I think Ron, then in that case, is gonna unholster his trusty service revolver, and at an opportune moment, he pops up from behind the table, and he's gonna take a pot shot at one of these armors. So that's going to be a guns roll. Oh, Ron.
Oh,
Ron. All right.
What are you good for, Ron?
His shot goes wide and shoots over a random candelabra. Ouch. Sorry.
Aww. Ron doesn't
okay.
deserve this.
Turn order. Right. Okay. This young man in the military dress will, however, spring into action. He runs across the floor. He draws what must surely be like an ornamental or ceremonial sword, but he's well matched against the knights wielding their own broadswords and halberds. He's gonna go in and attempt to whack them apart. Here we go. Oh no!
Mediocre.
No one roll. He ends up in a tense melee with 2 of them. With 2 against 1, it's hard for him to gain the advantage he needs to actually get past their guards, but he is currently locked in combat with them. All right. We were having silly, happy, fun times now, I take it. Good for you to show up, Dr. Vile. I would have missed it if you didn't hit the party. Yeah. He looks to the 2 of you, each with your guns trained on him, and raises his hands in the air. It seems you have the better of me. All of my enemies gathered in one room to enact their justice on me.
Oh no.
Just as I hoped you would. You hear a rhythmic beating of air behind you, Gilligan. and Rocket Red directs her gaze that direction for a moment as well, while she keeps her guns out, when suddenly her eyes go wide. She shouts, "Get down!" And from beneath the balcony, a strange contraption rises up. You've never seen its like, Gilligan. Blades slicing through the air. Somehow, a craft that can rise and lower, hover in place. It defies all known principles of aeronautics.
Do you not have any rules, any concept of what's okay, Kromanov, when you make these things?
Browns. However, yeah, this giant machine rises up, and you can see one thing you do recognize on it: Gatling guns mounted to the side. With a whir, they begin to spin, and bullets erupt across the room.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Yeah. So, this strange flying object is going to spray bullets. It targets one of the two zones. It's going to target the main floor.
Oh no.
And so it's going to make a guns attack against everyone in that area.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see. This is going to be /4d+3. All right, so that's a 4-point hit against everyone there. A minus however you defend yourselves from the incoming hail of gunfire.
Well, I'm under a table. Does that matter?
Yes, I think we can. I think that I'll treat that as effectively an aspect on you, so you can tag that in your defense along with whatever it is you're doing.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Ron is gonna just try and duck down and not get hit. Okay. He's gonna take a 3-point hit. So Ursula, how would you like to defend yourself?
I think she's gonna flip a table and try to make sure Ron's behind it as well.
Okay. I think I'm gonna ask for an athletics then to flip that table in time to use it as a shield.
Alright, and can I tag an attribute?
Yeah, if it's relevant.
Yeah, lightning fast reflexes.
Yep, very relevant.
Okay. Athletics. Submit. Oh god, okay. Lightning fast reflexes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
you,
so that puts me at 0.
Yeah, it'll still only get you a 0. I mean, you could try re-rolling, because a 0 won't really help.
yeah, because you can tag your aspect at +2 or re-roll, and since you tagged it after you rolled, you can always just be like, well, I'll use this for a...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, re-roll.
Yeah, maybe I'll just re-roll.
All right.
Yeah, it can't get worse.
Shot.
Oh.
I love calling it.
It's okay.
Can I might be able to help, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna tag one of my aspects. This one. And I'm just gonna use it to, like, maybe will away the bullets, or just at least divert some of them, if not all of them. We'll see how I roll.
Okay, so you're asking to defend with mysteries, then?
Yes.
It sounds like.
Yes.
Mhm.
If that's possible.
Yeah, I'll let you do it if you're tagging the aspect.
I am, yes.
Okay, then yes. Go ahead and roll mysteries.
I'm gonna do it.
And we'll
That
start
will be
with this
first.
defending yourself, and the more shifts you get off this, the more you succeed by, you can potentially defend the other people as well.
Nice.
Goodness.
Wow.
Love dice.
Wait, hang on. I don't think that's correct. It shows you rolling 2 pluses and a minus, +5, +2. I think you killed the formula by having +2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I roll it again?
So
That's
it
okay,
should
we can
be
just-
5,
you
6,
had a good
7.
roll, and I don't want to take it away from you. So you should have 6 + 2 for 8.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
super good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the attack is at +4, so you easily defend yourself, and yeah, I'll say you're able to fling away the bullets that are coming for the table when Ursula doesn't quite get it up in time, and the result of that is going to be you can block all the damage to one other character here, either Ursula or Ron.
Ooh.
Oh, who do you
Oh.
save?
Who do I save? I kind of want to save poor Ron. I fear for him. I'm sorry, Modici. Do you think you can take the hit?
I think what happens is Ursula's trying to grab Ron behind the table and fumbles a little bit, so her body's in the way of Ron.
Okay.
Yeah. You so
Okay.
basically the bullets come whizzing. Esther, you deflect most of them. One of them strikes the table, doesn't penetrate, but causes a burst of splinters to shoot out the other side. Ursula, you're in front of Ron, and so they go scraping across you, but he's actually fine. So, taking stress, you're taking a 4-point hit, so you just mark off your 4th box on the health track.
Okay. There we go.
Dr. Vile, you're also in the path of
Yeah! I've got this. I've got this. I would like to make a declaration.
Okay.
Dr. Vile sees this marvelous contraption rise into the air at the window, and he just strides forward as the hail of bullets starts to rain down around him. Kamarov, you crusty spud! I thought that the secrets of the Swiss meeting were to remain that secret. To think you would go out and mass produce my design for the ultimate flying life form, the Skelicopter! I would like to make the aspect invented the Skelicopter.
Okay. Does that,
Here's how it works. More than anyone else, he's aware of exactly every issue with getting this thing to fire in a straight line. He knows the best way to approach the Skelicopter is by walking straight at it.
My man knows the CSGO spray patterns.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's more specific. So yes, you can make that declaration. So basically, the essence of your declaration is this thing's gun mountings spray really wide and actually least effectively at what they're directly pointed at. And so
exactly.
the best
and nobody
way to
knows
avoid
this
danger
more than me.
is to head on. All right, okay. So now with that modified form, that's more interesting. It has definitely interesting consequences if you're wrong, and it does propose a specific course of action, which is to pretty much walk straight at it fearlessly. So go ahead and roll engineering.
Engineering. Can I use science?
I'm gonna say this one would be engineering because it specifically concerns a machine.
Okay, fantastic. You're gonna love this. It did tag an aspect. Do I add the 2?
I mean, you can roll first if you want. Okay, there it is. Yeah. No, you tagged an aspect, so you have a 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's with the tag. That is the one with the tagged aspect. Oh no, I'm gonna get fucked up by this thing.
No. Well, so here's the thing.
Oh.
The default difficulty for a declaration is actually mediocre.
Oh,
it gets harder if your declaration doesn't meet all the things that make it easier. But I think this one does. So actually, you are correct. So you've placed, there is now a sticky aspect on the helicopter gunship, Wild Spray, which you can tag for a defensive action if you're just your cool guy walking towards it rather than dodging frantically. So I'm gonna say you can, in this case, because of the nature of your defense, you can roll athletics, but you can also roll resolve just to keep cool.
He's gonna. So here's the thing, Dr. Vile, though he won't say it, he'll never say it. He respects Komarov's ability to no-sell everything, and he feels like he has to rise to the task here. So he's gonna walk into the spray of helicopter fire internally like, please don't have modified the guns, please don't have modified the guns, please don't have modified the guns. Resolve, here we go, baby.
Oh, easily. In fact, that's high enough, you generate what's called spin, which means the next thing any friendly person does gets a +1. If you can come up with any justification for why your coolness under fire here is in aid of it.
Oh, excellent. Okay, fantastic.
Meanwhile, just gonna do a regular dodge, and this is for the knights. 40F +1. Rolling the dice. ... Over here, the young swordsman and these knights are locked in fierce combat, and so are kind of blindsided by the introduction of bullets as a hazard. They each take a little clip. The man ducks down behind a table in time. The armors are battered apart by the hail of gunfire and destroyed. All right. So that was all. That was your defense. So no, it's your turn for real now.
Okay, he's going to, he's definitely gonna join this standoff and point two guns.
Nice.
He's just joining in. He's like, hey, sorry to butt in on this. He pulls out two ray guns, pointing one to his right, one to his left. Unfortunately, in all the chaos, no idea which one is the life ray and which is the death ray. So, unless you're willing to risk it, what do you say we all calm ourselves down?
Ooh, okay. What would you like to try to accomplish here?
I want to accomplish genuinely nothing. I just want to be another body when the chaos evolves.
Okay. That's fine.
I wanted to join the standoff.
All right, Esther.
Actually, Ursula has a request for Esther.
Oh, yep.
Hey, Esther, can you get me up there on the copter or whatever it's called?
Skelicopter!
The Skelicopter. Can she? Let's see. Maybe?
Skeletons. Famously ghost adjacent.
This is great.
I think I can probably swing this. I think I can just roll mysteries for that, probably. Yeah?
To launch.
To launch her, give her a little boosty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna give her a boosty. All right. Okay.
All right. Let's see. So, moving between zones generally costs the amount that's on your thing. So, one would get you into that zone. I think launching her up onto the copter would require a little more oomph. Do you have an aspect to tag?
Okay.
Or Ursula, if you have an aspect that's relevant to tag for this.
Spark of inspiration.
Can you explain?
She has an idea blossoming in her mind. She has a plan that she wants to enact, but she needs to be on the copter.
I think I have a plan seems a little too weak for that.
Okay.
However, your plan, I assume, is gonna involve electricity.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'll allow that because you're directly getting into position to do an electrical thing. So with that, yeah. Okay, so if you tag your spark of inspiration, then we'll add 2 to that. Yes. You narrate getting launched.
Oh, where am I getting launched?
Yeah, or sorry, just like narrate it if you want to.
Oh, yeah,
I can do it. But...
yeah, so Ursula makes a running start to give Esther a little help with boosting her out there.
Esther concentrates.
And fully trusting Esther, having previously had an engagement with her, jumps out the window and lands like around right here, not under the propeller.
Yeah. Yeah, Ursula, you land on the exterior just between 2 of the guns, and you see there's also a bay door in the side of this one, and through a window you can see several men inside armed with strange guns. But you've made it. Esther, you do the launch. Ursula, you're up to put your plan into motion.
Okay. She pulls out some electric gauntlets she has, and she can I would like to tag Thunderbolts and Lightning. Very, very frightening. I don't know if this will take like a turn or two to happen, but she can feel a strike of lightning coming.
Oh. I'll say you can wait a turn, but if you're willing to accept a compel on that aspect as well, which will give you a fate point, it can happen right now as long as it is you being struck by lightning and there are consequences for you as well.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, you jump on. You can feel it coming on. You can feel the ozone as you jump and sail through the air. You land on the exterior and you look straight up. And as if to answer you, the heavens open up, and from the midst the blizzard outside, a bolt of lightning comes streaking down directly into you on the side of the copter, which immediately lists to the side. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. You're electrifying it. What do you think you should roll for this?
Either survival or endurance.
To see how long you can keep the bolt there. Okay, it's almost never a way you can use this offensively. I'll give you endurance for this to make your attack, and if the nature of it is you're letting the lightning flow for as long as you can endure it, I will keep that in mind as to what the consequence for you may be.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that endurance.
Yeah!
Alright. For the copter always defends at exactly this.
And if I added Thunderbolts and Lightning, that would add 2?
That brings it to 6. Okay, so you're currently beating it by 4. If there's anything else you want to tag, go ahead. Otherwise, that'll be a 4-point hit.
Okay, I'll tag I Conduit.
Yep, you are exactly doing that. All right, that's a 6-point hit. Yeah, so the bolt of lightning strikes you, Ursula. It travels through you, and there's a long stream of sparks that cascades all over the surface of the gunship. And you hold it for as long as you can take it, until finally it's not the electricity, since you've long since become immune to such petty things as a bolt of lightning in that regard. No, the metal heats up, and that heat gets harder and harder to bear until finally some of the side of the door slags a little and you lose your grip. You are now dangling from a wheel of the copter as it lists back and forth, still shooting sparks, the lights flickering, and the whole thing is just way overheated. So you dealt a big hit to the copter. I think it takes a consequence from that, actually. 6 points, yeah. Let me get the music going. Let's go with this. Yeah. All right. Ursula, you're pretty confident this copter will soon no longer be skyworthy, and you are clinging to its underside, very much not over the balcony, but rather over a hundreds of foot drop into the sea. Gilligan, what do you do?
Oh God. He's been too busy playing with these fools. He pointing his gun to these two and looking over at Dr. Vile.
Gilligan?
I should have never let you escape that prison, Damien.
Yeah, you should have never killed Robo-Lenin. Robo-Stalin's way worse.
And what he's going to do is
Homer of Mother's Point, this is true.
He's going to step forward and go to just front kick Dr. Vile back into the menacing table behind.
Yeah!
and then just leave this Russian standoff because there's more important things to do. There will always be another man making Robo Lenin. And so, what do I roll fists to kick him in the chest to knock him back? Bwomp, bwomp. Average. Can I tag menacing table since there is, in fact, I'm kicking him back into the menacing table?
Because you included it in your narration, you're specifically alley-ooping him into his own rampaging table. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
In fact,
could I tag one of my own? Yeah, can I tag one of my own aspects here to make it even better?
Sure.
I'd like to tag Curses Foiled again as I'm kicked into my own table.
Okay, but only if you give it to us.
Yeah.
Of course. Does it succeed?
Yes.
Okay, Aloha, start the narration. I'll carry it away.
So Gilligan quickly holsters his gun, steps forward, and kicks Dr. Vile in the chest, knocking him back into the thing of his own creation.
Curses foiled again!
The table bucks.
Yeah.
Vile, once again undone by his own hubris or his own poor aim, is smashed up by a table in the background. Ow, this hurts a little bit.
Quietly on the floor, Ron. My God, it's just like the Lost Alamo Brigade.
He holsters his gun. I don't have time to be playing around with you two, and then goes over to help Ursula, who's currently dangling from a helicopter. And I think that's the end of his turn. That's all you can pretty much do.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Ron gets up from the floor. It's over, Komarov, Dr. Vile, whoever's helicopter that is. Just surrender peacefully. He reaches for his... He holds out his gun, he reaches for his badge. Oh, right, I'm not actually... Just surrender, okay? Let's see. This young man, having survived the hail of bullets that took out the armors, rushes up alongside him and draws his sword and levels it towards that side. That's right. Let the lady go. No, maybe don't, actually. That's just dangles there. It just... Enough of this. Well. I see it was not just a clown, but a whole circus here.
God damn it, he's so cool!
Illigan Scales. And the notorious Rocket Red. You think I am a prize to be fought over? You as well, Dr. Vile. How foolish of you. Did any of you honestly believe I would show my face after so many years, so recklessly? No, I have baited the hook and you have eaten it like the dutiful fish you are.
Wait.
The guns have mostly melted. They go to fire again, but they misfire, and instead the hail of bullets passes through the balcony area, but the only one who's hit by it is Komarov. They thud into him.
Wait.
He backs up, crashes into the table.
That's not Komarov.
You see oil leaking from the husk of Robo Komarov.
Oh, God damn it.
The laughter, it transitions. It's no longer coming out of his mouth. It's coming out of a radio transceiver on the ship itself. After tonight, I will be the least of your problems. My benefactors have given me a wonderful opportunity to finally show just how insignificant the rest of you are. Stalin, Lenin, they are as nothing. All of Russia can rot for all I care. Europe, all of humanity. Oh, if you knew what was coming, you would know that you were finished. sparks erupt from the body as its chest blows up and it falls limp to the floor, and the gunship starts to try to turn away. It looks like it's trying to retreat. It could end up taking Ursula with it.
Am I able to tag an aspect?
Yes. What would you like to do?
Strikes twice.
Okay. To what effect?
Another bolt of lightning hits her.
Yeah. Okay. On your turn. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Dr. Vile.
He's sitting on the table now, and he's like, okay, little pissed off now. He's gonna do whatever he can to try to pilot the table forwards after the gunship.
Okay.
He's like, okay. I think we can still catch up with them. That thing looks heavy. Come on! And then he's gonna try to ride the table. I'm gonna try to communicate with it and move it forward with my incredible piloting skills. I have
roll to pilot the table.
Wait a second. This table, I've created it. Therefore, it is functionally my child. Marked for, I'm going to tag the aspect for all of my skeletal creations! Bone Daddy! Let's go!
Alright, Hayo silver away. Now you pilot, that's a 5. So you can easily move into this zone. You have 4 points left. What is your goal, exactly?
Player goal. My goal is to pilot the table after them, likely drive it off of a cliff, and completely just send it over, likely creating an unintentional handhold for Ursula to grab. That is not this man's intention. This man is looking at a helicopter and riding a table.
All right. Yeah. No, you can. Yeah, I'll treat that as a maneuver. The gunship kind of lists to the side. It's gonna try to get out of the way of the approaching wooden beast. / roll. No! Yeah, the table clatters against the side, and bits of the wood immediately start blackening and almost beginning to smolder at the sheer heat of the thing. The table catches in the undercarriage just as the door was starting to open, and some kind of like mercenary wielding a strange gun was beginning to poke his head out, looking to take a shot at you. But as soon as he does, it lists wildly to the side with the weight of the table, and he just immediately falls out the door and down, clattering his gun harmlessly on the balcony.
Ow. Wow. Dr. Vile lets go of the table and lands back on the balcony. He's like, that was scary.
Esther.
I think Esther is just gonna walk over to our buddy over here and take his hand and just be like, "You okay?"
I should be asked, are you okay?
She nods.
Good. I suggest you stay low for a moment. Lower than usual. I'm sure we'll have this sorted out in a moment.
She nods. I don't think there's much she can do here, so she will continue to watch the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you, can you make me a rapport roll?
Oh, sure. Where are you? There you are.
I'm gonna put a temporary aspect on Ron. Defend the child.
Oh.
Aww.
He will now die for you.
That's my action. I give Ron a boosty.
Yeah.
Ron will now die for you.
All right, Ursula. So you want to call down a second bolt of lightning to finish this sucker off?
Yeah. I don't think there's much else she can do at the moment. Maybe try to edge herself a little closer towards the window to get back inside after that second light hits, but Yeah, I'll roll for that. Would that be the same one, endurance?
Let's see. I think endurance was appropriate before because it was how long you could withstand it. I think in general your knowledge of how to manipulate electricity like this would tend to fall under science. So for calling down a second bolt, I think I'll ask for a science roll.
All right.
Science.
Science. 4. I will tag strikes twice.
Okay. Do you want +2 or a reroll? You rolled -3 on that, so reroll theoretically would be better, but it's up to you.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, I'll follow theoretically.
Yeah.
Average, yay!
All right. Do you have anything else you can tag? By itself, you probably won't get everything you want out of this.
Okay, well, I'll put strikes twice, and...
I'd, as a suggestion, I'd let you tag 1 in a million here, because how often does lightning strike the same thing twice in like 5 seconds?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Don't forget to spend fate points as you tag them. That's okay. And, yeah, so a second bolt comes, and this time it actually connects straight into the rotors, because you're now on the underside. The mechanism spinning them just explodes, sending the blades whipping off down into the water below. And, of course, the craft begins to come down. And Ursula, you're about to fall. You've taken out the gunship. But at what cost? What do you do?
This building seems like a building that would have, like, ornate metal carvings on the outside, right?
For a fate point, yes, it does have them.
Sure. So she's wearing her, like, electro, gauntlets right now. And she's going to mess with the dial and make it more like a magnet and try to stick to the side of the building and try to get a good leap for that.
All right. Go ahead and you can roll athletics modified by science. So if your athletics is 0, it looks like, but your science is 2. So you adjust that upwards so you can roll it +1.
All right.
File rotates like a loading screen.
Yeah.
I have a very bad habit of just spinning my characters.
It's fun.
It's really fun though.
Okay, Ursula, is there anything else you'd like to tag?
Let's do...
I mean, I can help on my turn. I plan on doing so. You don't have to spend all your fate points.
Okay. Then no, I will not spend a fate point.
Yeah. So there's an explosion above you. The rotors whip off into the sky, and the gunship begins coming down. Tons of hot, superheated metal pressing down on you, and the balcony rapidly rising up out of your vision. You activate your gauntlets and leap, and you can feel the field pulling you closer. You grab onto the hand of an enormous statue. Oh, but you've only got one hand on it. And the gauntlets, the magnetism isn't powerful enough on its own. You're dangling. You're on the balcony. The gunship falls down behind you. But you're still hanging by a thread. Gilligan, what do you do?
So, Gilligan rolls up his sleeve, revealing his more skeletal robotic body. Yes. Created by Dr. Vile himself, and his arm is going to turn into a fishing rod because Dr. Vile's hilarious like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fish Ursula back up, and I'm gonna tag an aspect afterwards. So using a fishing rod, would that be athletics? Would it be?
I think for pull back up, yeah, I would say athletics.
Athletics, cool, because gonna average, and then I'm gonna tag my vile body.
Yeah.
For an additional +2 to pull Ursula, back up.
Yep. Just as you get to the edge, you whip the rod back. You see Ursula's fingers detach from the statues, and in that split second, you cast your line. It goes flying outwards, wraps around Ursula's forearm, and you hold your ground, and Ursula, you swing down into the side of the balcony and feel yourself pulled back up and over.
Oh, that was a close one.
Hook, line, and sinker.
She finger guns at him.
Yeah.
You hear, about 2 seconds later, you hear a loud explosion and an enormous splash as the gunship sinks away into the ocean at the cliff's base. And...
Gilligan points a gun at you.
Hey.
This young man rushes up behind you and holds a sword up to you as well.
Whoa. I have a perfectly logical and reasonable explanation for this.
You're wanted in 3 countries.
He throws his gun at you and tries to run.
As you begin running, Dr. Vile, Gilligan, you notice Rocket Red fiddling with something on her wrist, and then there's a strange noise. It's like a... Suddenly, at the opposite side of the banquet hall, a decorative cake explodes, and a jetpack races out of it across the room and to her. On the way, completely incidentally, knocking you flat on your ass, Dr. Vile. Rushes to her back. Well, looks like I will not be bringing Komarov back today, but there's still a race. Let's see if you can find his hiding hole as easily as a comrade can. Ha! Leaps off the balcony. You hear nothing until finally she rises up on the jetpack and away into the night. That's all right. 1 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah. Even though you weren't the goal, it's worth something.
Is what we're... Hold on. Wait a second. He's like, let me take a look at this. Robot body, huh?
Yeah, you can tell looking at this robotic duplicate of Komarov, absolutely your fucking tech. Ripped off, repurposed.
Hold on. Vile puts up his hands. He's like, before we go through the whole arrest procedure for like, what is this? 27th time? 26th? Ron, hi, how's it going? Tips his head to him.
Dr. Ryle, I believe only the 14th, but that's only in the U.S. specifically. I don't know.
Okay. Why don't we just skip past all the awkward stuff? Like, why don't we skip past all that usual stuff? This guy stole my tech. He like kicks the robot on the ground.
Huh? Your tech.
Listen. Yes, I'm salty. He kicks it again.
Dr. Ryle, you kick it again, and it flops over, and draws your attention to something else. The gun that soldier had that fell out of the gunship. It fell and slid a little ways inside, and you can see it's no ordinary firearm. It's got strange mechanisms built into it that even you're not familiar with, but you're familiar with one thing. This gun, it seems to be powered by Universium.
No,
not Universium. Almost some kind of inverse, some kind of anti-Universium. Inversium!
It was only a theory, but Komarov, you bastard, you proved it existed! Doesn't exist. It's a very tricky state of matter, actually. He's like dismantling the gun slightly. This is a weapon that can only theoretically exist beyond the Great Depression, beyond which nothing exists! He like picks up the gun again and is like, okay. So, presumably gathered U.S. agents, members of the Centurion Club, and child.
That's my daughter.
Looks over to the child.
He blinks.
He crosses his legs and sits down. Why don't we make a deal?
Okay. You're
So,
you're a man of your word.
Yeah, I want to get this guy. He's stealing my stuff, but like inverting it, it's like it'd be weird. It'd be like if you had a rival that was like a cat or something. What's the opposite of a fish?
A bird?
A bird, yeah, something like that. I don't like that he's going off and doing this with my technology. I need him stopped at any cost. And you know what? Maybe you guys can do it, but you know what? You'd be able to do it a lot more cleanly if I was there. Having a genius mad science doctor on your side could potentially assist, particularly one who is well acquainted with, and he kicks the body again, the future! So, what do you say? You don't even have to grant me amnesty. You could just throw me in jail after the fact. Just, you know, I wanna be there. I wanna be there when this guy goes down.
Well, we'd certainly be able to keep a closer eye on you.
Oh god, his entire body seizes up for a second. Sorry, what did you say? I blacked out for a second there.
I said we'd keep a closer eye on you.
Oh, okay. Oh, turns back around and looks at everyone else. Sauron, sound good?
Well, it's, I mean, strictly speaking, I have no jurisdiction here. The only reason I'm even allowed to be here is because I'm not working for a government agency at the moment. But I can't deny that you have kept your bargains in the past, and Orchard said Komarov is up to something nigh apocalyptic, which, frankly, at the moment, I don't think you can compare to, Doctor.
Something worse than Robo-Lenin, and even Robo-Stalin.
Indeed. So, if you're volunteering to help, then I don't see how we can reasonably turn you down. Gilligan, can I leave this matter in your hands?
I'll keep an eye on him, sir. Just gun trained on you this entire time.
Right. Sure, Palace Security is on its way here. I'm gonna smooth things over with him, and then I need to run back and give a report to to Eddie at the Bureau, and, I'll reconnoiter with you as soon as you've dealt with Komarov.
That's a word.
Indeed. I use only the finest. All right.
Best vocabulary, best mustache in the business, yes.
All right.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Vile.
Dr. Gilligan? Child?
Esther is still holding his hand.
Oh.
Oh. You are a very brave girl. I appreciate that.
Thank you for taking care of her, Ron.
Taking care of her.
She looks up at you.
I think you will be safe now. Good luck.
Means a lot, kid. Thank you very much. You stay safe out there yourself. Stay close to your dad. And, your friend there points at Nabokov.
She waves.
All right, I'm off. Catch up with you as soon as I'm able. Best of luck out there. It's a cold and stormy night, and I think we haven't seen the worst of it yet. Rushes out of the room.
She walks over to hold her dad's hand.
Yeah, one hand on daughter, one hand on gun, as America has intended.
Oh, give it a rest.
Come
on, what are you going to do with the gun? Shoot me?
Yes.
But wait, put that thing away! Suddenly he's panicked.
So, Komarov appears to have not been here at any point. However, it's to Dr. Vile and Ursula, at least, the scientific brains in the room, it's certainly the case that he must have been controlling this duplicate directly the whole time through some kind of radio signal.
Radio signals containing consciousness. I wonder if they've mastered that. He's looking down. He starts poking it with a long skeletal finger. Okay, so I'm gonna start dismantling this thing. Everybody cool with that? Is that gonna be weird? There's 2 robots in the room. Are gonna gross anyone out?
I'm not a robot. I'm a fish.
You're a robot. He starts to poke at it. He's gonna roll science.
All right, yeah, no. You you find the radio transceiver, and not only that, you're able to reverse the flow of the waves to trace them back to their source. You have a beacon now.
Okay, so I've got this beacon here in my skeletal hands. He like takes a step back. Nobody can touch it until he puts the gun down. Okay?
He puts the gun down.
Okay, and then doesn't pick it back up, all right?
Damn, he's good.
Okay, cool. Here you go. He like reaches over and hands it to Ursula.
She takes a look at it. Is it connected to the helicopter that was just outside?
No, it looks like it's being controlled from further away. Tracing the origin of the signal, it's pointing you north and east into the Alps.
The Alps. Like we aren't going home anytime soon, Esther.
Links.
You okay with a trip?
Nods.
Good.
The Alps are lovely this time of year. I've got snow coats in my Planikin. Who wants one?
I'm sure there's plenty of ghosts there.
Oh, looks like I could use a new shirt.
She looks at her wound.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Friends, I don't believe I ever got a chance to introduce myself during the party, but your valor is clearly on display to see. This man gives you a polite bow. My name is Umberto, and it so happens that I took a private plane here. I am a certified pilot. If time is of the essence, perhaps I could be of assistance to you. This man is my enemy as well.
Convenient.
A plane, huh? Might have to travel in a bag.
What? Oh.
I tend to attract lightning. Planes aren't the best for me.
Yes, I'm Gilligan Scale with the Century Club. My daughter Esther, who's also a part of the Century Club. Over there is Ursula, who's also a part of the Century Club. And there's Dr. Vile.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just skulking.
Ex-member of the Century Club.
Yes. I'm at least partially acquainted with all of these wonderful individuals. They've foiled my plans a multitude of times. Could be worse, though. My arch nemesis could be here. Don't see them anywhere, though. Not too bad. He's like moving back and forth, just taking stuff out of his Planikin.
Is that man some sort of clown?
Yes.
That's a clown robot. I took clowning at Oxford Harvard Yale. He's putting machines together in the background. It's a noble sport.
My English may be questionable, but I do not understand much of what he says.
It's fine.
It's not worth translating, don't worry.
I mean, I could call myself a jester, but are jesters the one that are made fun of at the expense of themselves or poke fun at other people?
I think jesters poke fun at other people.
What's a mime? He's slotting different machines together in the background.
What are you building, Dr. Vile?
I'm fitting together the last of my fights of the pound table into one final, like a punchy backpack or something. It's just a shame to let Manslot go to waste like that. Umberto messed him up good.
I believe the hail of gunfire was more responsible.
Oh, I see. That would explain that. Yeah, this is worthless. He throws it over his shoulder and then like looks down at Esther. You want a night helmet?
She just watches you and has like a glare on her face, but like in a child way. So kind of cute. He's waiting to see if you also make this thing haunted.
Oh, he absolutely will if you give him a chance. So yeah, I'll roll science. He's like, okay, child's staring at me. I'm gonna make it whiz around like that rat poison from earlier.
You know,
He creates a tiny skelecopter. It floats in the air next to him. See, this can be yours. Hands it over to her. Walks away.
It lands in Esther's palm. She looks at it, glares. Can I roll to make it explode?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, roll mysteries.
Okay.
Vile's halfway across the room as he hears a and he whirls around. He's like, oh my god, I am so sorry. I didn't realize that thing was unsafe. Why did it just blow up? They're not supposed to do that. You do this? Looking over to Ursula.
She steps between Esther and Dr. Vile. I think that's enough contraptions for now.
Back to the matter at Finn. Turns back to the guy over here.
Ursula blinks.
How do we know we can trust you? At least I know I can't trust Dr. Vile.
I was instructed not to reveal this unless it was necessary, but I suppose it is necessary. I told you before, my name is Umberto, and that is true. I am the Crown Prince of Piedmont, heir in line to the throne of Italy. I stake my honor, the honor of my family and my country on it.
Well, good enough for me. Get your plane ready, we'll be coming.
Is that how things work with you? Somebody just gives a cool speech and you're like, yeah, I sign up, I'm on board.
I have no reason to think they're lying.
Okay, fair enough. Remind me the next time I need to win you over on something. I just need to phrase it more dramatically.
You've already ruined my trust, Damien.
Stop. Don't call me that.
You would do well not to impugn my honor, Jester. If you were in the court of my father, I would have you slapped.
Vile throws both of his hands up in the air. Promoted to Jester, baby!
Okay, scene cuts there. So, let's see. Let's see. We got this and yeah. So you pile into Umberto's personal plane. It's a tight fit. There are not large planes yet, by and large. Certainly not that are flown by private pilots, but it gets the job done. Surely the nation of Italy must have paid a premium for this model. And following the signal, you take off deeper into the Alps, away from the sea, away from Monaco and its warm shores, and into snow and stark, unforgiving beauty of the mountains at night, passing over lights below, the small villages that dot the border between Switzerland, France, and Italy. And ahead of you, you're pretty sure your destination is coming into view. The signal is leading you inexorably towards a particularly foreboding peak. And the blizzard is kicking up. As you get closer and closer, you finally get a visual on your destination. Facility secreted away here in the cold. And it's not going to be easy to find a place to land a plane here. Umberto circles for a little bit, looking at the facility, but thankfully there's no report of gunfire cutting into the night. It doesn't seem there are defenses on the outside, but also No easy way to get down. What do you do?
Alright. This is normally the part where I'd offer to make a flying device, but the last 3 of them I've made have just inexplicably exploded. I think I might be out of this race.
So we're flying above and there's no place to land a plane. Do we have parachutes?
I have one for myself in an emergency. I did not have time to procure more. The blizzard is getting worse as well. If we don't find a way soon, we may be forced to return to an airstrip and give him more time.
Are there any rope ladders or?
Oh, that's a good question. Are there?
Oh, we can declare that, can't we? Yeah, I'll declare that there's a rope ladder on board.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you have that to unfurl, and so using that, it would simply be a matter of making a tricky jump onto stable ground. Umberto spies, he points down. I think there's a platform, some kind of docking bay there. I cannot easily land in it, but you should be able to disembark there if you time it well, and if you're ready to roll upon landing.
I mean... Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no better plan. If we fly above too much longer, they'll notice us, so...
I think you're right.
I didn't expect to be doing an air mission, so unfortunately I left my scarachute behind. Vile kicks in the corner.
Very well. And he brings the plane around, and slowly, squinting to see through the snow, he approaches the only viable landing site. And indeed, you can see there's plenty of space, but it'll be a tricky jump. And what's more, you do note on the inside, there seems to be a guard posted, wielding that same strange sort of weapon that you saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Your rope ladder dangles. It's ready to go.
Alright, so what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna hold Esther and do the jump with Esther in my arms so I can at least...
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna crawl onto your back.
Yeah,
and
like Yoda.
If we botch the jump, maybe I can do something to cancel the fall.
Yeah. I have ideas too. Yeah, so
okay.
So yeah, we'll probably go down first, lead the way, to show the others how to do it. This isn't my first plane jump.
Nor mine.
All right.
Umberto up front, just like, okay, Gilligan, this is going to be the world's first Halo jump.
All right. Then for whoever's jumping, go ahead and give me an athletics.
All right. Okay. I will give you an athletics. It's not good, but
I shouldn't, because I'm just clinging to you. Right?
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
You can help with other things. So I do have an aspect that could have you help Amy, by the way. It's called My Invisible Angel.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably tag that to add a +2 to it. So just because that will help. And yeah, it'll all be a 1.
Okay. And you're going to leave it at that?
Right.
Yeah, I think so. I think Amy can also help with some other stuff, probably, right? Since we're both jumping the same, like, you know.
Yes. I think I can just do. I should be able to tag soup cans for throwing, just because it's technically self-defense.
Defending yourself against the ground.
Against the ground, the rapidly approaching Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I would also potentially here. I think you could reasonably tag porcelain doll, because you are a delicate thing to be protected from falling.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's change it up.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
I can always
So-
tag more if needed. I think that's good.
Yeah, the pair of you, you fall off the rope ladder as the plane passes overhead, and you manage to roll exactly once and kind of set Esther down as you continue rolling along the ground. And you sit up on the portion of this platform that extends out into the cold. And you do
Yeah.
land with a bit of a clatter. You see, as this guard was patrolling the other way, he seems to. You get a little whose footprints are these?
Oh.
Dr. Vile and Ursula.
Okay, so this building has metal on the side of it, right?
Yes. It seems like it's half technological fortress and half castle.
Mm. So what she's gonna do is, because she's going down after them to distract this soldier, she's going to use the magnets in her gauntlet, and as she's falling, stick to the side of the building, which is probably gonna make a much louder clang and draw his attention.
Okay. Let's see. You're using the gauntlets. You're using this machine. I'll say you can roll engineering for this.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow, okay. That gets you a lot more than just the basic. Alright, so yeah, effortlessly, you swing the rope ladder over, and you land with exactly the sound you expected, as you stick onto the side like a refrigerator magnet, and the guard who was walking this way suddenly, huh? And turns, goes the other way, and, he doesn't seem to comprehend because of the acoustics here, the echo inside the bay. He doesn't comprehend that it came from above. So not only do you successfully divert him from Gilligan and Esther, he walks directly under you and is not looking up. And finally, Dr. Vile, as we
Oh
as
boy,
we
this
resolve
one's gonna be great because I have nothing. Dr. Vile like straightens himself up, like looks around the room, spins a device in his hand that's almost like it's an orb, almost most comparatively to a yet invented disco ball. Looks down at it, checks a few times, is like, wow, thank you for the little ride you provided us over here. Umberto, was it?
Yes.
Earlier you called me a jester, but I'm just saying the motley might fit you relatively well. You'd look darling in like a ruffled collar. Anyway, later he jumps out, having glimpsed this man's future, an image of him in a ruffled collar, painted in oil in it, as he cackles, sliding down the ladder. Athletics, let's go.
That's a 1.
All right, yeah. So you take the dive and you kind of try to land in the same way as Ursula, of like grasping onto the side, but you kind of just your head against the line, slide down Dark Souls ladder bump, and you end up on a ladder dangling below the balcony, having made quite a racket. So the man who was under Ursula, he turns. Ursula, he's probably gonna walk away, but if you want to fucking spadoingle him, you still have a window of opportunity.
Okay, Ursula's gonna drop down and zap him with the gloves.
All right, go ahead and roll engineering.
Goal zap and tap.
Oh.
Yeah, you fall, and just as the man turns away, you land entirely on him, punching down. And you have a mean punch regardless of the gauntlets. You knock his helmet off and zap him, and he just flops, and you land. Basically, you're posed in the superhero 3-point landing, but on this man who is now unconscious.
Right.
Zing.
Hmm. Gilligan's gonna search the body for keys.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation, you say? Investigation. Wow, a 0.
What are you doing? You're just patting around a body. You looking for something?
I'm looking for keys.
Is that how you break into places?
I mean, it's better than breaking a window.
What about building a device or blowing down a wall?
I don't do that.
At least a bit of a trail.
You look for a way in. You try to find something. What are you, a detective? Those aren't real. And he starts to walk towards the door.
Yeah. Gilligan, you do find a set of keys on the guard. However,
you need to know which one. Yeah.
Well, no. You're confident these keys will get you in, but the consequence of the mediocre roll, you see, he slumped forward onto the keys in his pocket, and also slumped forward onto some kind of another small radio transmitter. It's possible that there's some kind of signal or alarm has been raised by him falling on it that way.
Fine. He's probably also gonna take the radio.
Okay.
Just cause. And so, and then I guess we'll follow Dr. Vile's way and just be like,
oh no, he's just strutting in. If you don't stop him, he will just walk through this place like he owns it.
Vile. You not have some tact?
It's a secret tact. It's a secret base. It's not some museum or anything like that. We're not. Fine. You show me how it's done. Fine. I'll observe. I'll watch with my big old eyes.
It's a secret base, so you have to enter secretly.
That's not what it means. It means the base is secret. Why not?
So should we be here? It doesn't matter. He's gonna go.
It leans down next to Esther. Look at this guy. Motioning with his thumb over to Gilligan.
So is there
Looks at him.
So is there a door or anything?
Oblivious.
Any sort of like
You see a door that looks like you can it's got a lock that looks like it could plausibly be opened with your keys. And you slip on in.
So he's probably just gonna lean up against the door, listen in to see if there's anyone on the other side before opening.
Yeah, you listen. No, you don't hear the sound of an alarm. You don't hear the sound of rushing guards. So it seems like you're clear.
So what he's gonna do is unlock the door, slowly creak it open.
All right. You head on inside. Let's change up the music.
Oh, this is sick.
Good boy.
Cool perspective.
Cool.
So, you enter and find yourselves at the lowest level of what seems to be built as a highly vertical shaft running up and up and up. And around you is a strange mishmash. It looks like this place may indeed have been a castle at some point, but metal catwalks, pipes, wiring, and harsh, flickering lights have all eclipsed that part of the interior. A strange blending of the past and the future, and a cold and uncompromising facade, very appropriate to this place's owner. You stand in here, and you can hear guards above you on a catwalk discussing with one another.
Russian brutalism. Never change, Kamarov. Actually, please do change. This is horrible.
So they're speaking in Russian, right?
Yes, presumably.
Yeah, presumably. And this is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, looks like we need to probably reach the top of the building, correct?
You did notice while Umberto was circling outside, it seems like there's some kind of large transmission apparatus on the roof. The single largest feature on the thing. So the law of pulp says that's surely the most important thing.
Yeah, that's where he was transmitting his thing from, probably.
Doesn't even have a giant facade of his own face attached to the side of it. How are we supposed to know it's his?
Supposed to be a secret. Right?
Like, looks up. It's like, okay, then tell me how secretly you're going to defeat those 2 guards.
Papa,
Yes?
should I take care of them?
Maybe you can help me. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm going to secretly approach them. So what Gilligan's going to do? He's
Can
going
I ride
to
on your back?
like Yoda, yeah. Me Aloha says that. Yes, you may. He's
Yoda.
She raises her arm in an up, please.
yeah. He lifts you up and puts you on the back. Yeah. Okay. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna roll stealth to sneakily like a little snake go up these little stairs.
Yeah, you can roll stealth to approach the guards undetected.
Can I presumably help with this?
Sure.
I will also roll stealth. Oh, maybe I don't need to. You go, Dad.
You could. It could be funny.
You're right, it could be funny. Let's do it.
Gilligan, you make your way up this flight of stairs, and you find that there's a very easy set of things you can grab underneath to be underneath these men on the catwalk with 100% no chance of them knowing that you're there.
Like
You
monkey
also-
bars, yeah.
Yeah, you also notice they are standing very close to a quietly humming, a small little, like, fuse box on the wall.
Okay. So, he's gonna monkey bar on these things over here, then like fucking hang off the ledge, and he's going to go to Esther, and he's like,
He scans the area. I could make that go pop.
yes, and I could pop up and deal with it afterward.
A pop
Double
for
pop.
my pop.
Double pop.
Double pop.
Alright, so he's gonna wait for Esther to blow that fuse, and then he's gonna pop up and give them the forbidden technique.
Here comes
Nice.
the double pop.
Pop.
Okay, Esther, go ahead and roll mysteries. Okay, and go ahead and roll fists, Gilligan.
I'm gonna roll fists, womp, and then I'm gonna tag an aspect.
Mhm.
The good old flounder pounder.
Yeah!
Yeah. The fuse box bursts in a loud cacophony and sending sparks everywhere. The 2 men shout and cover their eyes, faces, and turn away, which gives you plenty of time to just scamper up the side, and while they're still kind of hunched over, take one each hand, and just knock them both flat.
Judo chop.
Flounder pounded.
Flounder pounded. Good job, Esther.
He raises her little hand up for a high five.
He gives the high five to the backpack gremlin. And he's going to lean over the side and give it the okay that they can come up.
Dr. Vile's been holding a cue card. Says you did this with the monkey bars underneath. He was just hopping up and down with the phrase "sea monkey bars" written on the cue cards. you make it to the other side. He throws them away. He's like, what's the point? What's up?
As you move up to another level, Ursula, you feel a tingle. You can sense as you're getting higher, there's some kind of very, very powerful electromagnetic field that you are just approaching the edge of. And sure enough, as you move further up, you can see ahead of you, it seems like there's some kind of what looks like an elevator built into the structure here, but it's linked to another It's linked to like what looks like a series of shutters on the wall. Like there's a huge amount of power being diverted to generate some kind of extremely strong field within those shutters.
Hmm. And where was this again? This was.
It's before you. You don't see any guards around just here. It seems like, curiously, this elevator looks very important. I mean, it goes up, but yeah, no one's posted here right now.
She takes a peek around at it. Can she see about how high it goes up? Is it open right now, or does it
The
need to come
elevator
down?
the elevator is shut and notably silent. It seems like it's been intentionally depowered to lock down the facility.
She's going to try to get it going again. Would I roll engineering for that?
Yes.
Okay. So she pulls out some gadgets and gets to work. She undoes the panel and takes a look at a way to kickstart the elevator.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, you examine the circuitry and you determine, yes, the elevator, it has been depowered. However, that power hasn't been cut off. Instead, it looks like the additional power that would normally be going to the elevator is going to whatever this thing is off to the side. It's like a room that's sealed off with shutters like you would use to seal off a store at a strip mall, except way, way heavier duty. And so the simplest way would be to simply divert the power back, which you're confident you can do.
Yeah. If she diverts the power from that, does that make it more possible to enter this other room or see what's going on there?
Yeah, it should, you think?
Yeah. Okay.
It
So she's
seems
gonna try
like the
diverting
power's
it.
being used to that strong magnetic field you were sensing seems to be being used to basically firmly hold these shutters down.
Okay. She calls out to the rest of the group. Okay, if I undo this field here, I don't know if it'll set anything off, but it seems like there's something worth taking a look at over here behind these shutters.
Risk.
All right. Just prepare yourselves. Don't know what's on the other side of those. She...
Always prepared.
Okay. She goes ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you set to work. Sparks crackle along your fingertips as you just kind of cavalierly futz with the electricity, not really in any fear of accidentally electrocuting yourself. You stick a wire here, you short circuit something there, and indeed, before long you're able to set up a new circuit and divert power back into the elevator, which you see a small electric light inside flickers on, and the primary pair of shutters opens, with the elevator now being engaged. And you can tell the field in this other chamber has weakened. There's only the metal shutters here separating you from it, which you could theoretically, let's see, you rolled a 6. Yeah, I think with the last bit of this roll, if you want to, you can engage those to open up. They could probably also be muscled open or broken open.
I think she's going to conserve strength. She's going to try to open it mechanically.
Okay. You set about that and get out some tools and begin working to raise the shutters. And as you begin working on it, you hear what kind of sounds like a scraping noise at first, and it's not in time with the motions you're making. but you can kind of feel it reverberating through the shutters. And
Does
then
it feel? Oh, sorry. Does it feel mechanical or does it feel organic?
It sounds like metal on metal. And you'd hear it stop, and for a moment you don't think anything of it, and then you hear a much louder clanging noise, like someone striking a bell on the other side. And then finally, that same tingle that was setting your teeth on edge before comes back, but like 50x as strong. Suddenly, it's like you were just here, and as if a massive thunderstorm had materialized around you, is how the energy suddenly feels to you here. What do you do?
Um. Okay, so it feels like she's being struck, or she
No,
just
it,
feels
it
like
feels
she's
it
coming
feels
on.
like the field is back and really strong.
Hmm.
Like being in a thundercloud. You haven't been struck by lightning, but you can feel a massive amount of energy.
She takes a look back. Does it look like there's any like static going on behind her, or?
No. In fact, it seems like the field, that energy you're feeling almost cuts out at the edge of the shutters. You can only feel it because you're so close to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think she's going to tell everyone to get back and power through it. So she'll do that.
Okay.
Um,
You begin to mechanically raise the shutters ever so slightly, and when they are about an inch or two off the ground, there's another loud clang, and you see some kind of blazing green light suddenly erupts from under the shutter at a very fixed point. And now all of you can see and feel this. It smells like plasma. It smells like burning. It smells like electrocution. And Ursula, as the shutters rise a little, it's like something is being wedged under them and raising them even faster and cutting them as it goes. Some green shaft of light. And the shutters are inexorably raising, and it is about 2 feet away from you.
Why are you all pausing there? Why are you backing off? This is not. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Nothing. As I said. Wait, what? Then he hides behind Gilligan.
she takes a jump back and prepares her gauntlets.
Yep. There's the shutters get stuck at a certain point, and there's so much blazing green light that you can't really even quite see what's on the other side of the shutters. But finally, there's a groaning, and metal starts to get torn apart, and then finally, in a single smooth motion, the shutters are just slashed in half vertically from the bottom up.
Oh.
Oh. No.
And
No.
there's a cloud of a haze of ozone and green light that flares. Even with your goggles, it's difficult to see through it, Ursula. But you catch just the quickest glimpse as something massive bounds out, and you hear metal whiz past your head, and you feel the intense heat go blazing past you, as well as something and bounds out and down and away. Clatter, clatter, clatter. You see the green light retreating lower into the facility.
That.
What was that?
What on earth?
Wait. So?
Then you hear the alarm.
Oh, crap.
Lights begin flashing.
Ursula looks around to see if there is any like sign nearby those shutters.
Yeah, you look, and you can see above the wall, above, like, on the concrete above where the shutters rise into the ceiling, you can see some very faded sign in Russian.
Anyone speak Russian?
Me. He's gonna walk up and look at the faded sign. Can I try to piece together what it says?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing if you know the Cyrillic alphabet, you know what it says. Yeah. It says specimen under monitoring. Do not open.
Well, that wasn't what we were here for, but we better get moving. The guards are gonna be coming.
Yeah, you can see the elevator looks like it's getting ready to lock down again. It's not depowered, but the doors are slowly beginning to close.
Crap!
Gotta hustle.
That is very poor signage. Why would they put that all the way up there? Why not put it somewhere more visible? Anyway, we gotta go.
And that sign looked tactically faded. That was designer-based design.
Not everyone's as evil as you.
Komarov has style sometimes. I've got to hand it to him.
You ride the elevator up, and you arrive. I'll make sure everything that's on the GM layer is... Yeah, okay. The elevator opens, and before you see another place that almost looks out of time. In spite of how sterile and bleak most of the interior of this place is, you arrive at what looks like a little laboratory that could easily have come out of the late 19th century. It's there's a lot of wooden furniture. There's a lot of old school charm. Gas lamps sit around with a padded chair, and this is surely the heart of Konstantin Komarov's operation. As the elevator doors open and you step in, you can see, sitting above it all, mounted just near stairs that presumably lead to the roof, there is a display that shows a countdown, and there are only minutes left.
Countdown. Countdown to what? Chromora. Oh, fuck.
That's
Oh!
where we're gonna end for tonight.
Yes!
Oh, that was fantastic.
They didn't know what they were facing yet, but all of humanity would soon know. For this dreary night, something escaped this snowy fortress amidst the Alps. Two things, in fact. One that cut its way out, and one that was broadcast to places undreamt of by man. They didn't know it when they walked through those doors, but humanity soon would. They would know this night as the night humanity would have to face the insect warlords from Mars!
Yeah!
Okay, everyone. It might not be a countdown. It might be counting up. No, that's a countdown, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's going down. Never mind.
Let's go down. Never mind. We need to move.
Yeah, I'll be streaming fan art to the Discord chat, and I now have it up on screen for the...
That was something beautiful.
What, are you walking away from your microphone?
That was.
Oh, Frank, the fucking screen share. For some reason, when I try to join the screen share, it makes me quiet.
Tiny J.
Wait, let me try to turn you up. Let me.
I'm really quiet.
There we go, Jay. Speak.
Hey, is this a good volume? I'm like leaning into the
No,
microphone.
you're still.
No!
God, it's one of I joined the screen
Like,
share.
tiny,
Okay,
Go on
Jay.
brand for your
Yeah,
character.
here you go. You can
tiny Radio J.
de-join
It's fine.
the screen.
It's fine. I left the screen share. I'm doing this manually.
Yeah, do it manually. Okay. First off, thank you, Lester 2020, for putting together the Imgur. Imgur, I think that was who put together.
Yeah, it was Lester.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, first off, from Lester 2020, welcome to Mars.
Welcome to Mars.
Yeah, then an image that let me reload, make sure the. Okay, yeah, it's not there. Weird, but that's fine. That's a weird glitch. Yeah. Next from BH Behemoth, spot the protagonist easy mode. Yeah, it's
I don't want people looking at me.
it's Kromarov. Yeah. I love how the guy that I said looked like Christian, age 60 years, was the guy who was.
Yeah, was the villain.
Yeah. Then from Lemieux. Okay. Yeah. And then from Lemieux, a goldfish, Marksley Booth. Yeah. Thank you, Bryn, for being hilarious, by the way. And
Yeah, Bryn came up with the idea for our alts. They're good.
yeah. From Enid, we have
The box of crickets.
box of crickets. Good Lord, reflect. Yeah. And then from Lemieux, what could have happened to my bag? Yeah, God.
I got the fucking fish.
From Kuroyuki, yeah. Dog versus fish, man. From BH Behemoth. Hey.
Hey, who are you?
Marksley Booth.
It's Booth. Get him.
How did they see through my perfect disguise? And then from Lemieux,
They understood each other.
yeah. And then from Vanilla Stogolem,
I'm looking for ghosts.
yeah. Oh man, so much Chester art. Yeah. Chester 2020.
It's very cute.
Yeah. And then from Lemieux, something black and white.
I love the fish's expression in all of these.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a fish, man. My favorite thing is that Bryn gave the fish angry eyebrows and a butt chin.
That's a hero's chin.
Yeah, that's a red-blooded American fish right there. There's from BH Behemoth, yeah.
This looks
really
so
good.
good.
And then from Civ, Dark Your Spirit of the Century character is going to be mad skeletal scientist. Yeah.
Yeah, literally nail on the head, 100% accurate. Note, yeah, nothing else to it. Yep, that is just correct.
Insert
I was
obvious joke.
very impressed.
Then from Enid, insert obvious joke here. Yeah.
I'm not Skeletor, I'm just close.
And from
I wish I
Lemieux,
was that buff, God.
yeah. From Lemieux,
It is I, Steven Skeletor, Dr. Vile. Very
Yeah.
real, original.
Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then from Dr. Zero
Menacing
Shadow,
table.
menacing table.
The menacing table.
Then from Vanilla Sogolem, yeah.
Everyone, look at me! I am evil.
And then from BH Behemoth.
Okay, so late night tacos and inventing are not a good combination. This thing is just vile. Is that my name? Father.
And then from Dr. Shadow, yeah.
That's how it works.
That's pretty much how it works. Then Vanilla Skull Golem, Snow Golem.
Gah!
Please tell me Dr. Violet has an evil lair?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
And then Menacing Table from Last Year 2020.
Is that a chicken?
Yeah.
With a knife?
Love it.
And then from Dark Destiny 1010. Oh, all the really intent jokes.
I'm appreciating. It's because we mentioned it at the start of the
Oh
episode.
yeah, true.
We've got we can control the tone and tenor of the episode by bringing something up next time.
Yeah.
So cogitate on that one.
Yeah, from Last Year 2020 with the death ray.
With Death Ray and Life Ray. Anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, and then from Dark Destiny, Skell Snurp and Dr.
Double
Survival.
guns.
D and L.
L and D.
Yeah. Then from BH Behemoth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
That's the Girl Scout badge he won.
Yeah. At Oxford Harbor, Yale.
That arcs for Harvey Yale.
From Enid.
None of this next one.
Oh, yeah. Then from Enid again, a skeleton appears.
The skeleton appears!
Yeah, oh god, more
Skeletons!
skeletons. Then the Skelicopter.
I thank you for the Dr. Wily vibe. That has always been the intention.
Yeah. And then from a poor fool. Is
Ooh.
another helicopter.
Man, so I wanna register something really fast. When you make a declaration, it can go hideously and horribly wrong. I was kind of banking on that, but no, dice said good.
Dice
I was
said good.
hoping to get fucking perforated.
Yeah. Then from BH Behemoth, Robo Lemon. Yeah.
I'm so glad that like when we were doing your novel and you were
Yeah.
like, he's like Robo Lennon or whatever. It was just like, no, it was Robo Lennon. No, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Literally, Aram at one point was like, well, we've said Robo Lennon enough times and it stuck. So we
Yeah.
can't change our minds.
That's great. And then from Enid, yeah,
All you have to do is exert dominance.
over the Helicopter. And then from Little Soul Golem, we got another the Bone Copter.
I love these Skelicopter concepts.
And then from Dungeon Master Zero, yeah!
Yo!
Oh, we're so cool.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
so sick. Holy shit, I'm awesome.
Yeah, and then from Lemieux.
You.
Oh, and then from BHB with Dr. Vile.
Oh my god, I'm loving all of these evil villain branding.
Yeah.
Listen, now
Oh my god.
this is designer iconography right here. See this shit, Komarov? Don't die. There's a child here.
Yeah. And then from another logo from BH Behemoth.
Yes, I
That-
thrive.
And then from Enid. Oh yeah, it's floundering time.
Ron.
Ron.
His voice I did not intend to make it like
Oh,
that much of a
sorry, Ron.
caricature, but it stuck and I went with it. Good voice.
Yeah. Then from Poor Fool we have Ursula.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. And
And
then,
I believe there are more if you
And then
refresh.
from I did. Then from Dungeon Master Zero we have Esther.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh, I can replicate the effect for this next one.
yeah, and then from Lester 2020, Tiny J.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it.
It's so funny how it literally doesn't just sound like you're quiet. It really does sound like you're far away.
Yeah.
Got lost.
Far away and like coming from a radio.
Yeah.
Komarov?
Komarov, you bitch! You made your house too big.
That's it. Yeah, boy.
That
was a lot of fun.
Excellent work. That was great.
Oh, that was excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, this system's really good.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming out. If you didn't catch all the stream, you can catch it all tomorrow on the YouTube. And if you type !YouTube in the Twitch chat, it will give you a link. And also, if you want to see how you can enter in your own fan art and also talk about the show, you can type in !Discord or find our official Discord link somewhere. It's everywhere. We paste that shit everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got. We're probably gonna play this next Tuesday, maybe. We'll see. Make sure to
assuming if there's no conflicts, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just keep
if-
it rolling.
Fuck yeah.
just make sure to keep an eye on all those places I've mentioned where we do post the schedule of what we're doing this week. This Friday, actually, we're doing more bug-based activities. Me and Jackson, Jay, and Christian will be playing EDF. So
Yeah, Jackson's taking over the channel.
yeah, Jackson's going crazy. So for more bug-based actions with this bug-based channel, stay tuned. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope you all had a good time tonight.
darn fucking
Thanks for
sleigh.
coming.
Yeah. Everyone ready to go?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.